Hello, you guys. My name is Dr. Shera Elmore, and today I'm going to be doing another part 2 video on seed. Part 2 video on seed. A child has to be nourished, and it takes two to raise a child. It takes two to raise a child. The father is the head. That's if you married. When you married, the father is the head. The wife is the neck. The father is the protector. The wife is the nurturer. And I said in one of my previous videos about a queen in the body of Christ, I said the wife is the nurturer. The wife makes the home. The wife bears the child. So it's important because when a child go to bed at night, they need to see their father. They need to know that they're safe. They need to see their father. Their father tucked them in bed. Then in the morning, wake up in the mornings, they should see their father or their mother in the morning for breakfast. They should sit down and eat together at the table because it's important for the child to be raised in the house with two parents, to go to bed with seeing the mother and the father, to wake up in the morning and see the mother and the father and eat breakfast with the mother and the father. It's also important that a child be raised in a good environment, be raised in a good home. And it's also important that you and your spouse do not go to bed with no type of anger, no bitterness, no resentment, none of that before you go to bed. Whatever you and your spouse was dealing with during the day, it's not good to bring it to bed. Bring it into the house, and then you quarrel with your wife or with your husband, and you bring it to bed and make love or have sex, because you ain't making love if you having sex out of anger. And have sex, those, whatever that spirit, those seeds, whatever that spirit, that aggravating spirit, that frustrating spirit, whatever it was that followed you around while you was out and you brought it home, and laid down with your spouse, that spirit you're going to use to make a seed with. That's why it's important that you do not, when you make a baby, that you make a baby in the right environment, not with no anger, not with no bitterness, not with no resentment. Ephesians 4 verse 26 says, "In your anger do not sin. In your anger do not sin." In your anger do not sin. Do not let the sun go down while you're still angry. Do not let the sun go down while you're still angry. See, that says it in the Bible. And this is very important for married couples. You do not want to go to sleep. You do not want to go to sleep with no anger. It's not good. It's not good at all. It's not healthy, mainly if you're married. Oh my God. Oh Lord. Because it's two people in the bed going to bed upset or angry or whatever. It's not good. It's not good at all, because like I said, it's not good for, mainly if you have kids already. It's not good for the kids to see it. And it ain't good if you lay down, because people can have sex and still be upset. And the people, if people have sex, still be upset. And still haven't sorted out their differences and still lay down and sleep with their spouse. And that's not good.
Because it will go to the child.
And you want to set a good foundation. You want to set a good foundation in your home. Because like I said, the man is the head.
And then the wife is the neck.
The man is the head. And the wife is the neck. The wife is the neck. So you need the head. The head and the neck need each other.
You need the head to help the neck.
The head and the neck needs each other. One person is not made for one person to be the head and the neck when it comes to a child. That's why it takes a man and a woman to make a baby. Because it takes two of them to make the baby. And to raise the child. Because the mother has something that the father don't have, and the father has something that the mother don't have that the child needs. Come on. I'm going deep up in here. So yeah, I wanted to put that with seed. Now, other things are seeds. Other things are seeds. You have to be careful what you say to people. What you say to your loved ones. What you say to your kids. Because that can be a seed. You have to be careful what you say to your kids. Definitely not with your spouse. You don't want to plant no bad seeds with your spouse.
Because the wife or the husband don't need to say nothing wrong to each other because it can plant a bad seed.
When you say positive things to people, it plant good seeds.
But when you say negative
when you say negative things about people, it plant bad seeds. That's why it's good when you
say good stuff.
Yeah.
Because when you say
that church was a bad seed. Jesus. Oh my God. I'm telling you, that was one of the baddest, that was the worst seed that I've ever came across. Oh Jesus. But anyway. Jesus, some people ministries can be seeds. If you following a ministry, some people ministry can be a seed. And they can sow good seeds. They can be a good teacher. They can be a good preacher.
They can be a good
a ministry can be a seed. Ministry can be a seed. It can be. And I'm glad I finally found the right ministry. I'm glad I did. I'm glad I finally found the right ministry for myself. For me. I found the right ministry for me. I'm glad I did. Because boy, it have helped me a lot. And I'm very grateful for the ministry that I follow. Very grateful. And and this ministry, the ministry I follow, has planted a lot of good seeds. A lot of good seeds, all good seeds. And it have taught me a lot, mainly by me having my own ministry. And I'm grateful. So it's good that you have good seeds. Before, I learned a lot of stuff about having my own ministry. Before, I used to just plant seeds. I listen to other pastors, and if they have a good message and they'll say something about planting a seed, I plant a seed, but I don't do that anymore. I don't do it. It's okay to do it, but you have to do it and be wise about it. You have to be wise about it. You have to.
Some people can see
stuff. Yeah, some people. If you with a spouse, and your spouse is planting a lot of good seeds. A child is a seed, like I said. But like I said, you got to make sure your child in the right environment. You got to make sure your spouse is not tainting the seed. You got to make sure your spouse it's not tainting the seed while it's growing. Because a person can be tainting the seed while it's growing.
Because sometimes babies can hear inside the stomach. That means when people say bad things, the freaking baby can hear it
that
inside the stomach.
Yes, some people do not realize that the fetus can hear inside of the womb. The fetus can hear inside of the womb.
Which is the baby.
Which is the baby.
The baby can hear inside the belly.
So
you can hear the bad stuff.
So the baby can hear all of the negative, bad things that's going on outside of the womb. So you have to be careful.
If we will plant a bad seed, and then when the baby start hearing all of that stuff, the figure will get tainted. If it come out the stomach.
Right. So, and the baby gonna have to need deliverance when the baby come out the womb. So you have to be careful, because if you planting a seed in a strife environment where the parents is not getting along with each other, arguing, fighting, and all of that stuff, and then when the baby start growing in the womb, the baby hear that stuff. So then when it's time for the baby to be born, the baby's gonna have to be delivered, because the baby have been exposed to, while it was growing in the womb, when the fetus was growing inside of the womb, it was exposed to a lot of negativity. So the baby would need,
and people will be saying, and then it will be inside the belly.
And you don't want your baby to come out with a negative spirit. Spirits is real, and it's a lot of different spirits. Your child, if it's in an environment where argument and all of that stuff, and a baby can come out with a negative spirit.
If it's inside of a calm.
If it's in a calm, loving environment, it's going to come out
positive
with a good spirit, and won't need deliverance. But if it grows in an environment with strife, hatred, all kind of stuff, just constantly, it's not good.
It's back to back to back to back.
So same thing is when you go into a ministry. If you in a ministry and you being persecuted and people talking about you, when you go to a ministry, you're supposed to be growing spiritually. And if you're not growing spiritually, something is wrong. If you in a ministry where the pastor, you dealing with persecution and people talking about you and just a lot of stuff, because I dealt with some stuff going to a ministry, and I didn't like it. I wasn't bothering anybody.
Staging
the members that don't really go there. I mean, just the most crazy, staging the seats, staging the everything about this church was just so fake. Once I found out about all of this stuff, I said, wow, I just was so glad I left there. And you ain't even living like that no more. And trying to crucify you about your past, follow you around, harass you, humiliate you, persecute you, stalk you. That's a demon from hell. And I mean it. I'm telling you. That's a demon from hell. I said it.
The pastor is draft of the devil to do someone like that.
It's a demon that's driving that pastor to do you like that.
How can a pastor do that to you?
How could a pastor supposed to accept members and not pick out a member that's anointed and try to crucify them? The devil is a liar. But that's bad. So I'm telling you, that church tried to plant bad seeds with me.
mainly if someone have a kid going to that church.
Exactly. Oh my God. Right.
Persecution and a strife if you will plant a bad seed
in the child.
The kid.
Exactly. Mainly, oh Lord, you have to be very careful because yeah, if you have a child, that's even worse. If you have a child and you dealing with it, your child is being exposed to bad seeds. So if you go into a ministry and you're being persecuted and somebody talking about you and staging stuff and just petty little dumb petty negativity at all. I didn't need to be exposed to that. And my child didn't need it neither. Shoot. And in church, we supposed to be doing everything out of love. Talking about more grace. The devil is a liar. Talking about more grace.
Because sometimes when people marry bad people, if it can plant a seed inside the woman, because they marry a bad man, if it can plant a seed inside like the baby and inside the woman.
That's right.
But because they marry a man with a bad seed already planted in him.
Oh, boy, you good. Okay, hold on. Let me say that.
His seed can go is inside of them.
Okay, let me say that. Hold on, before I don't say that. So, you have to be very careful who you marry, because if you marry somebody with a bad seed already, they plant the bad seed in you, and then once they plant the bad seed in you, the bad seed go to the child. So you got to be very careful who you marry. Okay? You got to be very careful what ministry you go to. You got to be very careful who you marry. You got to be very careful where you plant seeds at, to a word, to a pastor, whatever the case may be. Even with a business. A business is a seed. A business is a seed. So you want to have good people working for you. You're right, because if you don't have good people working for you, they can plant bad seeds. They can plant bad seeds in your business. They can plant bad seeds to the customers and everything. So you have to be very careful when owning a business, having a business. A business is a seed. A marriage is a seed. A child is a seed. Yeah. A word is a seed. If a pastor say sow a seed to this word, a prophecy is a seed. So good seeds. You want to have good seeds in your business. You want to have good seed for your business. You want to have good seed your marriage, your ministry, what church you go to. You want good seeds because you want your whatever ministry you're going to. You want them to be feeding you spiritually. You want them to be feeding you spiritually. Yeah.
The freaking devil be fighting now from trying to do their ministry right. The freaking devil want people to freaking do their ministry wrong.
That's right, baby. Yeah, it's something else, boy. I'm telling you. Yeah. Well, all right, you guys. I think I'm gonna come to a close. Yeah. But I thank you. I thank you for coming on my channel. I thank you and I bless you. It's good seed versus bad seed is something I'm telling you. I'm glad I got a good seed. My son is a good seed.
And not a bad.
Thank you, Jesus, for my good seed. But yeah. So, I thank y'all. I bless y'all. See you guys. What? What you want to say?
Because the freaking parents can't be dealing with stress, because the freaking parents be dealing with stress.
The baby.
Yeah, the freaking stress will freaking go to the freaking baby.
To the fetus.
Well, yeah, that's it for today.
All right, you guys. So I thank you. I bless you.